Kyle Bradshaw from Cruiser Customizing with this motorcycle handlebar tip of the week. Last week we showed you the installation of some 4-inch show chrome handlebar risers, talked to you about handlebars, how to find the perfect fit for your motorcycle, and how to install them. When it comes to handlebars, there are 3 main dimensions. You have height, width, and pullback. Now the easiest way to find out the perfect bar for your motorcycle is to measure your current stock bars. Measure the height, the width, the pullback, and then set yourself in that perfect riding position, the exact spot that you want to end up at, and then measure the dimensions to where your hands sit. That'll give you a great idea on exactly what size bars you need. For quite a number of years now, the rage has been to go to a thicker bar than stock. Stock used to be 7/8 of an inch, and now most stock bars are 1 inch. This here is a 1 1/4 inch bar. For most fatter bars, the area where you attach to the triple clamp, as well as where all of your hand grips and levers attach, are going to narrow down to 1 inch, so you really don't have to buy all of that additional hardware. When it comes to motorcycle handlebars, there are 3 descriptive words that usually throw people for a loop: dimpled, knurled, and drilled. This bar here is a great example of knurling. Knurled area right here is basically some cross hatches. These knurls allow your top riser clamp to be able to grip the bar without slippage. Moving over to these 3 drag bars, it looks as if these bars are absolutely identical, but they're not. Come on in and take a closer look. This particular set of drag bars here has been dimpled. What the dimpling does, it allows you to run your handlebar wires from the control housing into this section so you don't have a gap between your control housing and the bar. In addition, the center of this particular bar is wider and the pullback is greater. Take a look. If I put these 2 bars up side to side, you can see that the pullback is definitely greater on this bar, and the center section is about 1 inch wider. Moving to these front 2 bars, you can see that the center of these bars is pretty much the same, but this particular bar right here, as you can see, is about 1.5 inches wider. Another thing to look at is whether the bar is drilled or not. This particular bar is drilled up here where the switch box housing meets. You're going to run all of your wires down through this bar and they're going to exit at the bottom. This is an example of a bar being drilled for internal wiring. Now that we learned about the anatomy of handlebars, let's go ahead and install one of these drag bars on the V-Star 650 Classic. We're going to start this week's install exactly like we started last week's install by covering the tank with a towel or cloth so that we don't damage it. Take note of the riding position that I'm currently in. In just a few minutes, it's going to be drastically changed. One of the first things we're going to do is to remove the master cylinder. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove these 2 screws that hold the switch box housing together. Next step, we're going to go ahead and remove the wire ties that are holding our electrical on. Moving over to the clutch side, go ahead and undo the switch box housing. Remove the cable ties. Remove the clutch perch. People that replace their handlebars go ahead and replace their stock grips with an aftermarket grip. But if you're going to reuse your grips, a really easy way to get the stock grip off is to go ahead and remove that end cap, spray a little bit of WD-40 inside this grip. To help with a little WD-40, grip will slide right off. Got everything loosened up here. We're going to go ahead and undo these riser cap bolts so we can slide everything off the bar. Now that we have the top clamps off, we can go ahead and grab the handlebar, lift it up. We can slide the clutch cable off that side and the throttle off this side. It's just that simple to remove the stock handlebars from your motorcycle. Now installing your new aftermarket bars is just as simple. If I was installing a taller or wider bar, I'd have to go ahead and slide the controls and cables on prior to installation into the risers. But since this is a nice short bar, I can go ahead and set the bar in, start the riser bolts, and secure this in the position that I'm going to want it before sliding the lines and cables on. Once I find that position, I'm going to go ahead and hold this in place and tighten down one of these riser bolts so that the bars stay in place when I go ahead and snug the rest. Now that we got the bar in place, we can go ahead and take this clutch perch and slide it into place. Now we're going to take the control housing, set it up here in place. Now one of the only modifications you're going to have to make is this extrusion right here is what goes into the bar that keeps the throttle housing steady so that the throttle can twist. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slide the bar all the way to the end, back it off just a hair. I'm going to mark the bar where that hole needs to be drilled. Now we've got our hole drilled, we're going to take our throttle side housing, secure it just like so. Now we've got the throttle housing attached, we're going to go ahead and attach the master cylinder. Now we're going to go ahead and apply some grip glue here so we can reinstall the stock grip. When you get to this step, you want to go ahead and sit on the motorcycle and position the bars in the exact position you're going to want, and then button everything up. There you have it. In the matter of about an hour, hour and a half, we completely modified the look and feel of this motorcycle by swapping out just the handlebars. The amount of monetary investment you actually have on a set of handlebars is extremely minimal, but it can be the key to the absolutely perfect riding position. Take a look at our tip next week where we show you how to swap out all these black lines and cables for stainless steel.